Hello, Big Team. Hello, friends. Welcome to Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth. And in this video, I would like to share with you some footage that I shot this past Saturday when I did some book shopping. Not in my hometown, but in an area that is not super far from here. It is a little town. Well, the majority of the time I spent in a little town that is just a blip on the map on US Highway 27 that runs north and south through Florida, and through the US actually, because it's a US highway. And the town is Dundee, Florida. And if you look at that on the map, it is really not large at all. But yet, right now, currently, there are 6 places that I can think of in that town that you could shop for books. And one of the places is not as great as it used to be. It's a thrift store that has greatly diminished their supply of books and have taken some of what used to be their book area for linens and stuff like that. But still, there are some books there you could still go in and purchase, and so it counts. And so I went there first, and I didn't take any footage there. And then after I left there and went to the next place, I thought, I should be filming this, because several years ago, like before COVID and everything, I remember doing a book shopping vlog of all those places, and I never uploaded it. I never put the video together. I never uploaded it. It is lost somewhere on an SD card. If I can ever find that footage, I might still upload it at some point. But meanwhile, things have changed a little bit. There's a new store there, and like I said, the thrift store that used to be great for books is not so great, but still, books are books, right? And I enjoy shopping for books wherever I go. So I just want to take you now to the footage. And I also tried to go to the library, which is one of the 6 locations, but it had just closed. So I did take some footage outside the building, and I shared with you in that clip a little bit of my husband's family history of that area. And so I'll just let the clip tell itself. I don't have to tell you twice. And then I may come back at the end and sign off. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I did not go to every possible place I could have gone to, but I did hit the high points, and I found a few books that I'm glad that I found. So let's go now to the first clip, and then I'll be back at the end to sign off. Okay, the first place I'm going to show you in this little town is Hope Thrift. There are several of these around in the surrounding towns. They're not my favorite thrift stores. Some of them are really not very well kept up, but this one's not too bad, and they do have a book section. So I'm going to go in here and just do a quick little run through and see if they have anything. I don't usually find much in here in the way of books that I want to buy. And as I probably already told you in the intro, I have already stopped one place, but that other thrift store has just diminished their book section down to practically nothing. So I took a donation in there and then just did a quick look, and there wasn't really anything that I wanted to buy. So I didn't even think about vlogging until I got out of there, and I thought, oh, because this town has so many pretty cool places to shop for books, and this surrounding area, I thought I would just take you with me. So let me run in here real quick and see what they have. Okay, the books are right inside the door, so let's see what they have. Thought maybe that was about scrapbooking, but it wasn't. That looks kind of fun. A funeral parlor mystery. I might have to get that. So I did go ahead and buy this one. It was $1, no tax even. It's called If the Coffin Fits by Lillian Bell. It is book 2 in this funeral parlor mystery series, and I looked it up and there are only 2 in the series. And so since I at that point knew what the first book looked like, and what the title was, I went ahead and went back in just to see if if the first book was on the shelf too, and I didn't find it, but I did find something else that I bought. This is called Christmas at Stoney Creek by Martha Rogers. It is a Christian fiction book from 2016, I think. I looked it up in my library app first just to see if the library had any copies. There was 1 copy in our county, and I thought, by the time I get around to reading it, it'll probably be weeded out. So I may as well just spend the 50 cents because it's a soft cover and go ahead and buy it. It's such a pretty cover, and since it's Christian fiction, I anticipate that I will enjoy it. So that is what I got at Hope Thrift today. Okay, now I am at the library here in this town. This is the town of Dundee, Florida, and my husband's family has a lot of history here. In fact, the library and City Hall is right there together, or they call it Town Hall. And here on these grounds actually is a lot of our my husband's family history, because literally right here there used to be a motel that was owned and run by my husband's grandparents. And behind me there's a little house, I don't know if it's a duplex, and they lived there part of the time, and I think part of the time they lived in the motel. And when Randy's grandmother was a little girl, her and her whole family lived in an old house. See the house right there? There's another one on the other side of it that you can't see from here. But that's where they lived when they moved from Canada on a train when Gigi was like, I don't know, I think 10 or 11, or maybe younger. I don't even know. I have it all written down, but I don't know off the top of my head. So anyway, there's a little museum here that Gigi did donate some pictures to and things like that before she passed away. And none of our family live here now, but we just have a lot of history here. So anyway, I'm going to go inside. They usually have a shelf with books for sale, and sometimes they're fill a bag for $1. Okay, so I am here now at the book shelter. I'm still in Dundee, Florida. I did run by the library and it had just closed, and so I didn't get to go in there. But this little store is a completely used bookstore, only open on Fridays and Saturdays. This is actually a fairly new location. The original location is in the next town over, and I may run down there today as well. But I've only gotten to come into this location one time. Like I said, it's only open on Fridays and Saturdays, so I don't get by this way all that often, and sometimes it's not Friday or Saturday. So I'm excited to be here on a day that they're open. So I'm going to go in and see what they have. Okay, here we are inside the book shelter. Emily has already come in and sat down. Cute little kids area there, and got a really great selection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves, 3 center shelves, and then the wall, and then the back wall. So there's really a lot packed in here, and they're all very well organized, neat and clean. So if you ever come visit me, we'll definitely come here. So the only thing I ended up getting is the Happy Hollisters at Seagull Beach. I'm pretty sure I already have this one, but I have a friend who's been looking for some of these, so I will probably give this to her. And I didn't get anything else because my Kindle was completely dead and it needed to be charged. So I'll have to come back again some other time soon. I'm at the Sunshine Flea Market in Lake Wales, Florida. It's between Lake Wales and Winter Haven. And this is the location where my friend has a flea market bookstore that I'm always talking about. So let's go. Okay, so now I am at a flea market. You can't see much from this angle, but this is my friend's flea market bookstore. It is, it's twice as long as you can really tell from the outside. They're kind of busy right now, so I'm not gonna probably talk while I'm in here, but let me just show you. I love to come here. She's got a lot of books packed into here. And so, just to give you a quick overview. So here's what I got at my friend's flea market bookstore. I got Death of a Charming Man by M.C. Beaton. This is one of the Hamish Macbeth series. I got this for Janelle from Too Fond of Books because she did a video a while back talking about wanting to read this series, and she showed us the ones she had. And I've already got another book that I've been promising to send her, and I thought, well, I would just try to find any of this series that she didn't have based on what she said she had, and include these in the package as well. So this was just $1, and it's not in great shape, but it looks like it's readable. So this is what I got. So I am at another thrift store. Let me get out of the car and I will show you where I am. Okay, so we left the flea market and we started heading back towards home, and I had passed this store on the way, but it was on the other side of the 4-lane, and I wanted to make sure I made it to the flea market before they started shutting down. But I noticed, I don't know if you can see the banner over on the far side, it says book sale, and this particular thrift store, Blue Skies thrift store, has a big selection of books. I love to come here, and so I figured I would go ahead and stop in on the way back. Also, right next door, if you can call that next door, well, almost next door, there is a Restore, the Habitat for Humanity Restore. They have books as well, and I have been in there not too long ago, and I didn't find anything that I wanted, so I probably won't go in there today. But this little town of Dundee has quite a few places to look for books. Okay, so today books are 50% off. I think they do a regular 50% off day on Thursdays, but right now it's a Saturday and it's 50% off. So you can't see them all from here, but I'm gonna go check out. Here's a little better shot of the books from the other side. I'll give you a quick tour. Okay, so we're back in the car, and it was a half-price book sale, and I got several paperbacks. I believe they are regular 50 cents, so I got them for $1, and then I got one hardcover, and I think it is regular $1, so it was 50 cents. So let me show you what I got. This one was the first thing I found, and I think I'm going to probably put this on eBay just because it looks awesome, and I think it would sell. It is No Secrets by Mel Gilden, and it's based on Beverly Hills 90210. I don't know if there are other books based on Beverly Hills 90210, but it would be fun to find out. And then I just felt compelled to pick up this Grace Livingston Hill book. I already have this one. I have several more that I need to sell, and this was in really good shape, and so I may put together some lots of Grace Livingston Hill books that are extra. So I just figured I'd go ahead and pick this one up. And then I found 2 different love-inspired Christmas books, and these are not part of the series that I am currently reading, but I plan to read these series, and the Christmas book was the hardest one to find of the series that I am currently finishing, which is the Military Canine Unit. So I decided to go ahead and grab these, because if I'm going to read these, then I'm ahead of the game. I've got the Christmas books. This one is the Christmas book from the Classified Canine Unit by Lenore Worth and Terry Reed. They also wrote some of the Military Canine Unit books. And this is True Blue Canine Unit. I think I have one book already from this series. It's by Laura Scott and Maggie K. Black. Then I picked up a very small book by Rosamund Pilcher. I decided I'd go ahead and pick this up because it won't take up a lot of room on my shelf, and I recently reconnected with a high school friend back in April when I went to Oklahoma and Texas, and we were chatting books, and she told me I should read some Rosamund Pilcher. So this was one that they had, and I figured I'd just go ahead and take advantage of the sale and grab it. It's called Voices in Summer. And this is one of last year's Sunshine State books. It was one of my favorites, Captain Superlative by J.S. Puller. And it's such a wonderful book that I thought it would be nice to have my own copy. And then one of my favorite books of all time, this is the first book in the Miss Julia series, Miss Julia Speaks Her Mind by Ann B. Ross. I like to keep copies of this on hand to give people when I'm telling them about Miss Julia. I like to be able to hand them the first book and say, here, enjoy. So for a quarter, you know, that's when I find them for a quarter, that's when I like to grab them so that I have them on hand. And I think I recently gave away the only copy I had, the only extra copy I had. So I wanted to go ahead and grab another one so that the next time I want to tell someone about Miss Julia, I'll have it. Actually, now that I say that, I think I already have someone in mind for this. So, yay. All right, so that is, I think, going to be the end of our book shopping excursion for the day, but I will wait and sign off when I get home. I guess I should show you what I've been listening to today. I finally got a hold of an audio copy of the most recent Hannah Swenson, Joanne Fluke baking mystery, Triple Chocolate Cheesecake Murder. This came out earlier this year. I have it checked out currently right now in physical form, and I checked it out right after it came out. And I read the first chapter, I think during March Mystery Madness, and I just wasn't able to have time to read the whole thing. So finally, our library got it on CD, and I have been listening to it in the car today. Well, I hope you enjoyed that footage. It was a lot of fun. It was hot that day, but it was a lot of fun. And you may see a couple of those books pop up in other future book hauls when I get to those particular genres that they belong to. But meanwhile, I just thought it would be fun to share with you what I did on Saturday and take you along with me. And now I am going to go to Bible school, and then I'll be back hopefully this evening to upload this video. If not tonight, then in the morning it'll get uploaded at some point. But meanwhile, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Read a good book, and God bless you.